Hello and welcome to eLagaan Whiteboard Fridays, where we look at various tax and compliance related issues in a user-friendly fashion. Today we will look at if you are trying to convert a general partnership to a private limited company. So general partnership is an unlimited way of doing business, and that has not been very popular, but many people has been doing it, and it has been prevalent in few sections of India. But if the business requirement comes so that if you want to convert your partnership to a private limited, you can actually do so, and let's look at what it takes to do. So a partnership actually can be started by just two people, but to convert to a private limited company, you require a minimum of 7 partners. So there should be minimum 7 partners in the partnership before you can actually convert it to a private limited. So if you don't have 7 people in your partnership, go ahead and induct new partners, define their role, contribution, profit sharing and all, and then wait for some time, maybe a few weeks, and then start the process of converting to a private limited. Then you'll have to take an approval from all the partners that the partnership needs to be converted to a private limited company. A newspaper advertisement is required at 2 newspapers at least. One of them should be a national daily, and second one should be a local in whichever jurisdiction you are operating in that area. One newspaper you should be advertising. So these are the major steps that is needed to convert a partnership to a private limited. After that, you can start the process. You'll have to take a name approval, file various documents specified, and then and then go ahead to register the private limited company. Now, once private limited company is incorporated, based on what way you have done it, there could be certain tax considerations that we should be aware of before you take that step. So one is capital gains. So capital gains is a tax which is applicable whenever there is a transfer of capital asset. So any business partnership, whatever you have, right? So they would have a lot of assets, capital assets as well. So that gets also transferred to private limited. So you should actually take precautions so that you don't end up paying capital gain tax on the same. And that's asset, depending on the asset, your tax liabilities would be determined. So in order to avoid capital gains, few things is, one is shareholding should not be different in the new entity. So whatever is your current contribution or profit sharing ratio in the general partnership, the same partners who then becomes the shareholder in the private limited company should get shares in the same ratio. So the ratio of ownership, the ratio of profit sharing and all should be maintained and reflected in the shareholding pattern. If that's not the case, then capital gain tax would kick in. The aggregate voting rights in the new private limited company for all the partners who were there at the time of conversion should not fall below 50% in the private limited company in the next 5 years. So for the next 5 years from the date of conversion to private limited company, for the next 5 years, all the partners put together voting rights should not go below 50%, and their shareholding should be the same as their original thing. And any of the partners should not have received any other consideration apart from shares. That means during the process or post conversion, you should not be giving any benefits to the partner either in cash or through some assets or any kind or anything. So whatever their contribution has been, that gets transferred to the private limited company, and for that they should just be given the shares of the new company. No other consideration or no other amount should be paid or any benefit should be passed on to the partners in the new company. If these 3 major conditions are met, there are certain more conditions, so it's good to talk to a tax expert to find out what exactly falls in your scenario and then take a call. But these are the 3 major points that you should look at if you want to avoid the capital gains applicable on this transaction. Apart from capital gains, you should also be aware of the indirect taxes, things like Senvet credits. Senvet is essentially like your excise inputs or the service tax inputs that you get as a business. So if there is any credit which is lying in your partnership firm, then after conversion that credit goes off, so you don't get benefit of that credit. So again, check on how much amount of credit is left over. If it is a huge amount, then you may have to take a suitable call whether you are ready to forgo it or you are okay to wait for some more time and see to adjust the credits to adjust it more so that the overall thing goes down. So, but silver credit cannot be carried forward and this could be an important cost of conversion. So please take care of this. Stamp duty is generally applicable whenever there is any instrument which is executed. So since this is getting transferred, all the assets of the business and liabilities, so the assets are getting transferred by way of a conversion. So stamp duties generally are not payable, but again good to talk to a tax expert and see in your particular scenario if any of the places or in any specific scenario, if there is any instrument that needs to be executed, then stamp duties could kick in. Otherwise, mostly it should be avoidable. So these are the few major things that you should be aware if you are trying to convert a general partnership firm to a private limited company. Thank you. That's it on eLagaan Whiteboard Friday. Thanks for attending the same. Feel free to drop us an email at support@elagaan.com or even visit our website and check our knowledge base at elagaan.com/kb. Thank you.